Hello my dear students. Today we will continue the chapter human reproduction and today's topic is menstrual cycle. Okay. Today's topic is menstrual cycle. So before starting menstrual cycle we will know that what is menstrual cycle. So in case of primary it is a reproductive cycle. Okay, it is a reproductive cycle. So in females a special type of reproductive cycle is found, particularly in case of primates. It is called as menstrual cycle. Another cycle is there, that is estrous cycle. Estrous cycle. So I have mentioned that it is found in case of primates. That means human, apes. Okay. They are having this type of reproductive cycle which is called as menstrual cycle. But except this, those who are non-primates, they are showing a special type of cycle which is called as estrous cycle. So what are the difference between menstrual cycle and estrous cycle? So if I want to differentiate like that is menstrual cycle and estrous cycle. So first point is there that it is mainly found in the females in case of primates and it is found mainly in case of female of non-primates. Estrous cycle, some animals are seasonal breeders. Okay, in particular season they will breed and it is found mainly in estrous cycle. In case of menstrual cycle, endometrium lining will be lost. You know what is endometrium lining and where it is present. So in case of menstrual cycle, endometrium lining is lost. But in case of estrous cycle, there is no such of case. In that case, that endometrium lining is reabsorbed. That endometrium lining is reabsorbed. So first it is found in primates and it is found in other mammals. Second point, that is according to endometrium lining it is lost and it is reabsorbed, and menstruation will be there in case of menstruation will be there in case of menstrual cycle, but in case of estrous cycle no menstruation will be there. So that are the main differences between menstrual cycle and estrous cycle. So now we will know about the menstrual cycle, particularly what changes are occurring in that cycle. So first you have to know some terms, that is menarche and menopause. Menarche and menopause. What is menarche? That fast menstruation. Fast menstruation begins at puberty and this is called as menopause, and it is found mainly in case of females. Okay, so you have to remember that one, that menstrual cycle can be found in case of female. And what is menarche? Menarche is the first menstruation in case of female. When it occurs at the time of puberty. And what is menopause? Pause means stop. So menopause is the stoppage of menstrual cycle. So it is permanent stoppage of menstrual cycle. When it occurs near about 40 to 45 years of age. Okay, so Now you know what is menarche and what is menopause. Now we will know the different changes of menstrual cycle. And what is the time interval? The time is 28 to 29 days. And what are the different phases of menstrual cycle? So what is the time? That is 28 to 29 days. And what are the different phases of menstrual cycle? First one is menstrual phase. Second one is follicular phase. Third one is ovulatory phase. And fourth one is luteal phase. L-E-U-T-E. L-U-T-E-L. Fourth one is luteal phase. So four more main phases are over there in case of menstrual cycle. So first one is menstrual phase, which lasts from 3 to 5 days. 3 to 5 days. Then follicular phase, it is from 5 to 13 days. And ovulatory phase, it is 14th day. And from 15th day to 28 or 29 days, the luteal phase. Okay, so first I am repeating that the reproductive cycle in case of primate females, that is monkey, ape, human beings, a cycle is found, is called as menstrual cycle. The menstrual begins at the puberty, which is called as menarche, and the permanent stoppage of menstrual cycle is called as menopause, and it is a 28 to 29 days cycle, and at the time average, it is the cycle is repeating. Okay, and that's why it is called as menstrual cycle. Cycle of events. It is a cycle of events starting from one menstruation to another menstruation. Okay, that's why it is called as cycle. And it has four main phases, that are menstrual phase, follicular phase, ovulatory phase, and luteal phase. Okay, and what changes are occurring in case of ovarian wall, and what hormones and follicles? We will draw that diagram and we'll see. So first, now we'll see the changes. So first we will draw that and we will separate into some parts, that is, this portion will be days. Okay, so first portion is for uterine changes, then ovarian hormone, then ovarian changes, and pituitary hormones. Changes in the ovary and uterine wall will be we'll see, and the hormones which are released from the pituitary and ovary are playing role in case of menstrual cycle. So now we will see what changes are taking place. So first, menstrual phase. So first phase is menstrual phase. As I have mentioned that it lasts for 1 to 5 days. So here I can write 1 and here I am writing 5. Okay. Now what changes are taking place in case of menstrual cycle? the endometrium lining of uterine wall will be ruptured, and there it is a vascular layer. So with that rupture, blood will be released, and this is called as menstrual or menses. Okay, and the lining of the endometrium will be released. So with the lining of the endometrium, blood will be released, and this phase is called as menstrual phase. So the endometrium will be like that because it is degenerating. Okay, so that time two ovarian hormones, that is progesterone and estrogen, the level of these two hormones will be very low. Okay, that is level of progesterone and another one is that is level of estrogen. Two ovarian hormones, that is estrogen and progesterone. So the cycle starts with the menstrual cycle, and it starts from 3 to 5 days, and menstrual results the breakdown of endometrium wall lining of the uterus, and with where blood vessels are present, so blood also will release, and the ovum also be released if it is not fertilized. Menstrual cycle can be found if fertilization is not there. So ova are produced and released from the Graafian follicle. That ova will be released through that menstruation, and if menstrual cycle it doesn't occur, so it may be indicative of pregnancy. Lack of menstrual cycle is indicative of pregnancy. At the time of pregnancy, menstrual cycle will not be there. Okay. So changes I have seen, that is the breaking of endometrial wall. The level of progesterone and estrogen is quite low, and that low progesterone level, here is pituitary, that low progesterone will stimulate pituitary. Will stimulate pituitary to release FSH. They will stimulate pituitary to release FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. And with the help of that follicle stimulating hormone, they will act on that, and follicular development will be there. That means from primary follicle to secondary to tertiary, after that Graafian follicle, formation of follicle will be there with the help of follicles FSH stimulating hormone. And what will be the structure? And that time the endometrium with the development of follicle, endometrium will be the increasing. So it will be start to develop again like that. So as I have told you that next phase is follicular phase. Next phase is follicular phase. So what will happen? The development of ovarian follicle will be there. So as we consider that these are the follicle, primary follicle, secondary follicle, tertiary follicle, and that is mature Graafian follicle, and inside that Graafian follicle secondary oocyte is present. Okay, that time what will be the so now the level of estrogen is FSH is increasing. FSH is increasing like that. Okay, and another hormone, that is LH, level is in moderate amount, but at the day of ovulation the amount of LH will be high. So there is high estrogen level. High estrogen level will indicate or stimulate pituitary to release LH. So high estrogen, so here I can write high estrogen will stimulate pituitary to release LH. So LH, the amount of LH will be high at that time, and that time ovulation will occur. So that is the 13th day. Just imagine that is 13th day, and that is 14th day. That is 14th day. So this is up to menstrual phase, this is follicular phase, and this is 14th day. So this is ovulatory phase. On the 14th day, what happens? The from the Graafian follicle, the secondary oocyte will be released, and this is called as ovulation, and that with the help of that LH, luteinizing hormone, it occurs. That means it is called as LH surge. This is very important. It is called as LH surge. So I am repeating that the menstrual phase is followed by follicular phase. During this phase, the development of follicles will be there, and endometrium lining also be increasing and proliferating. So these changes are changing by the changes of the ovarian pituitary and ovarian hormones. The secretion of LH, gonadotropins, that means LH and FSH, increases gradually, and we have seen that they are increasing gradually during that follicular phase and stimulates the follicular development, and they also helping to secrete the hormone estrogen. Now, at the middle of the cycle, that means on the 14th day, rapid secretion of the LH will cause LH surge. Rapid secretion of LH will cause LH surge, and leading to the rupture of the Graafian follicle. Means that time Graafian follicle will be ruptured, and that ovulation will occur. That means release of ovum. Release of ovum will be occur. It is called as ovulation. Release of ovum. It is called as ovulation. And after that, what will happen? The remaining parts of the Graafian follicle will transform into corpus luteum. Just I am showing a rough diagram, that is corpus luteum. After that, the Graafian follicle will be converted into corpus luteum, and it is called as, and the corpus luteum will secrete a large amount of progesterone level. The corpus luteum will secrete a large amount of progesterone level. So now the progesterone level was like that, but when the corpus luteum was there, they will secrete a progesterone, and the level of the progesterone will be high. So here we have shown estrogen level also. It will be like that. Okay. So as I have mentioned that at the time of follicular development, his level of estrogen will be high. And what changes will be in the endometrium wall? Because so corpus luteum is secreting large amounts of progesterone, which is essential for maintenance of the endometrium. Okay, why endometrium? Because in the endometrium wall, implantation will be there if fertilization has taken place. So for implantation, the folding of the endometrium will be increased. But if there is no menstruation, so before saying that, I will draw the wall of the endometrium. It will be like that. Okay, because implantation will be, so this phase is called as luteal phase. Luteal phase to 28 to 29 days. So 4 phases are over there. Why endometrium lining will be increased? Because if fertilization has taken place, implantation of the fertilized ovum will be in endometrium wall, which will lead to the pregnancy. And in the absence of fertilization, the corpus luteum will be degenerated. In the absence of fertilization, the corpus luteum will be degenerated. So will be degenerated, and this will causes the breakdown of the endometrium, and the next menstruation will occur, making a new cycle. So this is the a cyclical phase which is occurring the month. Okay. So it is a 28-day cycle, and after that, when the female will be at the age of 45 to 50, so that the permanent stop-the menstrual cycle will be ceased, and this is called as menopause. So you know what is menarche and menopause. So this cyclical changes is the indicator of reproductive phase, and between that menarche and menopause. Okay, so you have to remember all these changes occurring in the uterine wall and ovarian changes, and what are the pituitary hormones and functions of pituitary hormone and ovarian hormones. Okay, like that a cyclical process is going on inside the female of that primates, that means human, ape, monkeys, and it is called as menstrual cycle, and it is very important. So for today, that's it. In our next class, we will read about fertilization. Okay, thank you.